Hey guys, welcome to another banger video and welcome to Toronto.
Not Toronto, Spirit of Toronto.
Absolutely. And today we have another beautiful show for you, showcasing some of the best brands in the world, some of the best brand ambassadors, and some very exclusive rare whiskey.
Today we're going to have a lot of good pours and even better time.
Absolutely. So make sure you stick till the end, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and enjoy the ride. Guys, we're at the Spirit of Toronto Festival and we found something incredible. We found Dunrobin, a Canadian distillery, is doing wonders. I'm sipping on their bourbon. They have their peated single malt and a regular single malt. Let's talk to Mr. Adrian, who's the owner of the company, the co-founder. Mr. Adrian, how are you doing today?
Excellent. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you for pouring this amazing bourbon. I'm sipping on it. I'm loving it. Do you want to tell our audience what your brand is all about? What made you get into the whiskey business and why these three amazing selections today?
Absolutely. Well, I guess first and foremost, I got into whiskey because you can't start a really good conversation with a salad.
I love that. Absolutely.
We were from Dunrobin, Ontario. We started on a small organic, certified organic hobby farm.
Okay.
We grew our own botanicals. We did our own recipe development. We set up a lab, and we wanted to make world-class whiskey, second to none, around the world. We think we can compete at the largest scale with the best producers out there, and that was our passion and our motivation.
All natural, homegrown, made in Canada.
Everything's Ontario.
Beauty,
Yeah.
dairy-free, delicious whiskey.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that it's coming to LCBOs really soon.
This one here is, our answer with what's going on right now with the tariffs and everything. Bourbon's in the penalty box. They pretty much got a game misconduct.
Yeah.
So we said, hey, let's come out with our own bourbon style. So this is just being released right now. This will be in the LCBO starting next week.
Yeah.
We have three expressions with our Beaver's Dram lineup. We have a portwood finish, which is a rye whiskey.
Okay.
And then we have a sherry wood finish, which is a winter wheat-based whiskey.
Very nice.
And then we've got our corn-based, but 51% corn in the mash bill. And it's just coming out now. People are tasting this for the first time right here today.
And that's amazing. He's a busy beaver, making amazing Canadian whiskey.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And I love the ABV on it. It's 46%. And your other products, this is 46, the peated single malt, and this is 43. So really nice ABV, really nice balance, all natural, non-chill filtered, made here locally in Ontario. Canada strong.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely, guys.
Cheers.
Enjoy the night. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good evening, guys. Today we are here at the booth of Aberlour, which rhymes with happy hour. Today with us we have
Jack from Aberlour.
Could you tell us more about this whiskey that we have, the 14-year-old?
Absolutely, yeah. So for those that are familiar with Aberlour single malt, traditionally Aberlour is famous for its expert use of sherry casks. The 12-year-old, the 16-year-old are both matured in American oak and in sherry casks. The 14-year-old, American oak, bourbon barrels and sherry casks, but a little bit more bourbon barrels in the mix of the malt than you would usually expect with an Aberlour.
So today out here, what do you have on your range at display over here?
Absolutely. So we've got the 3 age statement range, which are all available at the LCBO. The 12-year-old, the 14-year-old and the 16-year-old. And then we also have a bit of a showstopper, which is this 16-year-old single cask Aberlour. This whiskey was bottled exclusively for the Canadian market. You can see here the lovely Canada symbol on the bottle. Very appropriate for my friends at Canuck Whiskey. And this is a single sherry hogshead cask, so a 250-litre cask, bottled at cask strength, 57% alcohol.
So right up there, we can find some citrusy notes going on. A little funky sherry that you always get. Nice woodiness to the thing. This whiskey drinks very smooth. Long legs on the whiskey. Medium to long finish for it. And a good, nice, sweet aftertaste. Very lovely whiskey. This 14-year-old Aberlour. All right. Thank you, guys. On to the next one. Thank you, Jack.
No problem.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure to meet you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, look who we found. Our beloved Indian brand, In Spirits of Toronto. And we are joined with the brand ambassador, Mr. Nilesh.
Hello.
And I am thoroughly impressed by the huge variety that you've brought, and thank you so much for pouring this beautiful Greedy Angels, 12-year-old, 60%
exactly,
ABV. It's delicious. But before we go any further, I want to congratulate you guys, you and the brand, on winning Best Indian Single Malt for year 2025. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. I think you should congratulate the brand even more because I have 3 more expressions on the table.
Okay.
Which has double gold at the San Francisco Spirits Competition this
Very
year.
nice.
So one of that is the first Indian single malt.
Amazing. Okay.
21 years back it got launched.
Okay.
And still it has gotten a double gold.
Amazing.
So that shows how good Amrut is.
It is delicious.
And then you have another lineup called Single Malt of India Kurinji.
Okay.
It's also got a double gold. It's a one and done series.
Very nice.
Very unique story. You should hit me up and I will explain you more about Kurinji in detail. And of course the breadwinner and the crown jewel of Fusion.
Amrut Fusion.
Another award onto this. I think the number is more than 50 awards.
Yeah, so this is one of the most awarded
That's the
single
highest
malt.
selling Indian single malt and the most awarded Indian single malt
Very nice.
in the world.
So do you want to tell us how Amrut started? What's your legacy?
Yeah, so Amrut started in 1948.
Yeah.
77 years old now.
Yeah.
And we didn't start straight away from single malts.
Okay.
Started doing rum rectification.
Okay.
See our rum here.
Yes,
So
we've
it's,
reviewed that on the channel.
It's an amazing rum.
It is.
Then we also do brandy. We don't export it out. We do regular malt. We do single malts.
Okay.
We do gin. We have gin as well.
the Nilgiri gin.
The Nilgiri gin.
Ah, okay.
Very unique essence of that is the Nilgiri tea leaves and peated leaves along with 8 of the botanicals.
That's amazing.
Which we grow at our own distillery.
That's amazing.
That's an amazing.
Everything in-house?
Everything in-house. All small batches.
Yeah.
Keep the flavors nicely macerated. Into
That's
the spirit.
amazing.
You should try that as well. You should review
We
it. on the
definitely
channel
will try it. We'll definitely review it.
Yeah.
And this has been Amrut from Spirits of Toronto, pouring Greedy Angels, 12-year-old, 60% ABV.
Only 60 bottles came out of the barrel.
Only 60
And
bottles.
I have a bottle right here. So technically there is just 59 bottles left in the world
Go
for
get yours
people
now.
to go grab it.
Perfect. Thank you guys.
Cheers.
Good evening, guys. Now we are at the Jura booth. With us, we have Louis today. Louis, what are we drinking here today?
Well, today we're drinking some of our Jura 21-year-old Tide. Jura is a beautiful distillery, which is an island distillery located on the west coast of Scotland. So obviously we're playing a little bit into the world of peated whiskey. Jura is an island with only 212 people and 6,000 bred deer. There's one road, one pub, one hotel, and one distillery. And a very small, tight-knit community that makes excellent whiskey.
That's a beautiful story, guys. A story with the whiskey goes a long way.
It makes the entire difference. You know, you have a happy day whiskey, sad day whiskey. Jura should always be your happy day whiskey.
All right.
What you have in your glass is our Jura 21-year-old, which is aged in ex-bourbon American oak casks. Because we are an island whiskey, you have a bit of peat on it. But we do it a little bit differently at Jura. We run 95% of our new make spirit as unpeated and 5% as peated. And we blend that together at the end of the aging process rather than it being peated throughout the entire process. So if you take a nose, got that little bit of that peat, but you've got that ocean sea spray coming through.
The story of the saltiness of the whiskey, I think
A little bit of a
something to catch
saltiness
over
there to it. A little bit of banana, apricot, stone fruit, green.
Beautiful citrus, very nice oak. Let's sip it and let's talk about it anymore. Very, very fresh.
It's non-chill filtered, so you've got that stronger presence of the alcohol also coming through. You've got that peat that's quite present, but you also have, as I said, stone fruits. You've got green. You've got that sea smell, iodine. It's a beautifully fresh, non-chill filtered cask strength whiskey.
This long finish, how do you achieve this finish?
That's through the excellence of the production process. So at Jura, we have the tallest stills on the west coast of Scotland. They're 6 meters tall. That means that we're creating a whiskey from the beginning. Our new make spirit has tremendous aging potential. So that's how we're allowed to have a 21-year-old that is aged almost purely in ex-bourbon American oak barrels, and that remains so elegant and smooth throughout the entire process.
This is amazing, guys. The finish of this whiskey is delicious. It is delectable whiskey. Thank you so much to talk about it.
Slanjava.
Hey guys, we're at Spirit of Toronto and look who we found. Cooper Sleeman himself. The man, the myth, the legend. We're not going to talk about Mr. John right now. He's a little camera shy, but we love their whiskey, phenomenal products, and I'm so glad and so thrilled that we found you here. What are you drinking today?
You've got our sherry finished single malt. I've got our sherry finished single malt.
Amazing.
We've got a full lineup for you here. We've got a traditional straight whiskey. It's just made exactly like bourbon. So 70% corn, brand new virgin American oak barrels, 15% soft red winter wheat, 15% malted barley, all Canadian
That's
grain.
amazing.
Amazing. It's doing quite well for us right now.
Absolutely.
Got a classic rye blend.
Yeah.
75% corn.
Okay.
20% rye in a once-used bourbon barrel.
Amazing.
5% rye aged in my brother's handmade Canadian oak barrels that are super special to us.
Yes, it
Gives
is.
it a really nice oaky finish.
Ties it in, right?
Exactly. Then
Yeah.
we've got 100% rye aged in 100% Canadian oak, handmade by my brother.
Yes.
It's not named after me.
I know.
It's named the Cooper's Rye. It's not named after me. I'm not
Yeah.
that selfish. We've got our classic single malt.
Yeah.
Okay? More like a Glenfiddich, very light, very approachable, buttery,
Floral, fruity,
floral, fruity,
creamy.
maybe a little soapy too.
Okay.
Very classic, easy approachable.
Brilliant.
Then we've got our sherry finished, probably my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this whiskey,
Yeah.
5 years old,
Yeah.
finished in an Oloroso and a Pedro Jimenez cask
Okay.
separately,
That's
then blended
amazing.
together.
Brilliant.
Okay? And then topped back up with single malt just to relive or that floral kind of note of
Yeah,
back. This won gold at the National Whiskey Awards. this year. We're
Congratulations
very
and
proud of
cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
I know it's phenomenal. I've had it. I'll be honest. Actually, I went to see him. He gave me a distillery tour. I loved it. And believe me, we're going to bring that to you guys very, very soon. Phenomenal. The love they put in their whiskey. The heart and soul that goes in it. And the best part is it's wrapped in Canadiana. So that's what they do. They make whiskey really good and make it special, make it Canadian. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers to you
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you guys.
See you very, very soon.
Good evening, guys. We are here at the Bushmills booth here. Hey, Matt. Can you let me know what's on your lineup here today?
So we got all of our Bushmills single malts is what we're pouring today, with our Black Bush, of course, these classic. So really trying to showcase our single malts. It's what we've been doing for over 400 years. So we have a bunch of different expressions finished in a tertiary casks. What you have here, this is the Bushmills 16-year-old. So everything that we do at Bushmills, all these single malts are going to start off in a combination of two casks. It's going to be ex-bourbon casks and ex-Oloroso sherry casks. So this is 15 years in that and an additional year in sherry casks again.
I'm going to give you guys a small notes on this whiskey. Very, very sherry is right up front. Nice citrusy. Little bit of nice oakiness coming through. Guys, look at the color of the whiskey. The stickiness is right on point. Nice golden amber color. A lovely finish. It's medium to long finish of the whiskey right here. Ends up with some nice sweet tones.
Fantastic. I love that you did all the tasting notes for me. I don't have to work too hard, so thank you. Everything that you said is the same way, right? So those cherry notes, those dark fruits, kind of like late summer red fruit, a little bit of cherry, strawberry, just coming off the nose. To me, on the palate, it's definitely you get a little bit of the hint of the caramel and the vanilla from the bourbon casks that are still there, but kind of like fresh rhubarb is on the back end.
The flavors are very summery, very, very fruity, very, very fresh. Guys, do check them out.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Here comes the end of the night. We had a great time. Hope you had a great time with our journey as well. Do let us know if you like this kind of content and leave us a comment.
Absolutely. And like the video, subscribe to our channel, and let us know if you want us to cover more exclusive, more exquisite, more upscaled events like Spirit of Toronto. This is us, Kunal and Sunny, signing out.
Signing out.
Cheers, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.